1, 2, 3. We'll be with you in a moment or two. Okay. Here we go. And we're on. Well, we haven't got very much going on Sue's computer because it's all gone up the spout, but hopefully we've got some people looking at us here on our computer. Well, we've got 2 people looking at us, which is great.
So it's not me and you.
So I'm going to say hello on the what's it. On the chat, if you could say something back to me on the chat, that would be great. Oh dear, so exciting. We've only just got ourselves sorted out. Now, Sue, do you want to move that microphone back a bit? Just out the way, just a tiny bit. That's it, that's great.
Right, well, I'm not here because I'm trying.
Yeah, so what have we got today then? What's going on? All sorts of things are going on at the moment. Well, welcome, and how are you at school at the moment? Is everything going okay? Everything sorted out? Everything running up for Christmas now?
Oh, nativity plays?
Nativity plays? How you doing? That's the camera over there, dear.
Oh,
So today?
I need to move it round.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So where's my mug of tea? I hope you've got some tea or you've got some squash or something. There we go. Over here we've got a great big telly and it's got all our feeds in it and the sound going out. But every now and again we find the sound goes out on the computer that I'm using just here, and that's due to a connection or something. We don't know why it drops off, but I'll try and keep a tracker in it, on my eyes on it. So we're up to. So Charlie's been decorating his bedroom.
Oh, we were going to do toast song.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you a little
wait.
bit
Oh,
of what's
okay. What's
going
coming?
on.
What's coming?
Yeah,
I'm going
so
to try.
we're going to find out from Charlie. Right, 1, 2, 1, 2. See, look, the sound just dropped out. I've no idea why it does that.
Oh no!
Yeah. Oh dear. The life of a
So,
streamer.
Chloe and Jacob.
There, yes. Okay, great.
How are you doing?
That's good. Good to see you. Yoo-hoo! Okay, and we've got a craft. Have you printed out your craft? Have you got the printed out one?
I have.
Okay, there we go. You should have printed that out. Okay, it's on the website to download. Okay, unlike Sue's computer, which will not download the correct version of the website. I don't know why it's downloading the wrong version of the website, but there is a correct version, and it's all been uploaded. I think it has. I better just check. Shall I just check? I'll just check my website. Shall I? There we go. Shall I look? The Toast Club. Da 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 da. Oh, yeah. Look. Maybe I forgot to do an upload. Maybe I was doing an upload. Oh, I'll do an upload.
Just in case there's other people trying to get on.
Yes, yes. Well, that's to say this time now, that should have Charlie on it. So I don't know. Something's gone wrong with our servers, I think. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yes, oh dear.
Well, I'm glad the Coles are here. I'm glad we got someone. Woo.
Right, okay.
We
So
might have some others on a different channel, like my computer, that can't get on properly.
yeah, no, this should be interesting because I've got to upload whilst I'm downloading.
Oh dear.
So
And we can't do the Toast Club while that's happening, can we? Toast song. I could play it.
oh, do you know what I did? I uploaded. I uploaded. I uploaded the History Troop because I've been doing. The History Troop. I've been doing a lot of assemblies. We've sent assemblies out to all the schools, and they've got them digitally online now.
Oh, so you've got to look out. They've got to look out for us.
Yeah. So ask your teachers where the History Troop
assembly
is. Yeah, that's right. And I've sent them to what Sandra Braces said. We can't see a link to ours, and I forgot to put their link on, which is a bit silly. So I'm now just updating the History Troop.
Well, shall I go and get the Toast Club music?
No, I can do the music.
Oh.
Are you ready to do? Are you ready
Well,
to do
in
it?
that case, let's do the Toast
Okay,
Club
everybody
song.
on your feet
You've got
then.
to stand up,
Here
get
we go.
ready, and hopefully send a message to everybody else saying,
Here we go.
Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. 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 Toast is a treat, hey come and see. Toast is a treat, hey come and see. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Amazing fun, sensational time. Amazing fun, sensational time. At Toast Club we'll do just fine. At Toast Club we'll do just fine. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. To join the trail, just one way. Join the trail, just one way. Follow the arrow, here today. Follow the arrow, here today. Stay close, come on. Follow the guide. Stay close, come on. Follow the guide. We'll find God's treasure side by side. We'll find God's treasure side by side. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Toast. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Toast. Yeah.
Okay, so it's nice to see everybody, and where's my live stream? There we are. That's good. Okay, well, I've got our. She's still trying to find it. You won't find it yet because it's still uploading.
Oh, so anybody else trying to watch it who's gone online?
Oh, we've given them all the links so that they can go on YouTube. They can do it from YouTube. You couldn't, but Coles, can you tell us how you're viewing it? Are you on YouTube at the moment watching it?
Or mobile. I got it on mobile.
I want to know, how are the Coles watching it? I think it's just the Coles, but anyway.
Well, that's because I
There we
can't
go.
even get off
Speak a bit louder. You're right next to the microphone.
No, well, I'm going to hand over
Right,
to you,
okay.
Charlie.
So I'm going to go straight on to the story from Daniel.
I thought Charlie was going to come.
The writing on the wall, Daniel 5. God had allowed his people, the Jews, to be attacked by another country because of their sin. Prince Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came to Judah and took their smartest people captive. Daniel was one of those captives. 8 years later, Nebuchadnezzar returned and took the temple treasures and part of the royal family back to Babylon. 11 years after his second invasion, Nebuchadnezzar returned and destroyed Jerusalem and the temple and took most of the Jews back to Babylon. Daniel studied the Babylonian language and laws and many other subjects. He served in the king's palace in Babylon. Nebuchadnezzar eventually died. 5 kings ruled after him. Belshazzar was the last Babylonian king to rule in Babylon. Belshazzar hosted a party for 1,000 of his officials. He ordered his servants to bring the gold and silver cups Nebuchadnezzar had taken from the temple in Jerusalem 58 years earlier. As they drank from the cups stolen from God's house, they praised their false idols made out of gold and silver, bronze and iron, and wood and stone. They believed their gods had helped them conquer the Jews. Suddenly, a hand appeared and began writing on the wall. The king watched in great fear as the hand wrote a message to him that he did not understand. Belshazzar was so scared that his knees were knocking together. The king called in his wise men and said, "I will reward anyone who can explain this message to me. I will give him purple robes and a gold chain to wear. I will even appoint him to the 3rd highest position in the kingdom after my father and me." None of the wise men could give the meaning of the writing. The words on the wall confused them. Now Belshazzar was even more afraid. The queen heard the commotion and came to the banquet room. "O king, may you live forever. Don't be afraid. I know a man who has the spirit of the holy God in him. He interpreted dreams for King Nebuchadnezzar. His name is Daniel. Call for him and he will tell you what the message means." The king's men found Daniel and brought him to the banquet room. The king made the same promise to Daniel that he had made to the other wise men. Daniel would be the 3rd highest ruler in Babylon and receive the robes and gold chain if he could read and explain the writing. Daniel said to the king, "I don't need your gifts. Keep them or give them to someone else. I will interpret the writing without reward." Daniel began telling Belshazzar about Nebuchadnezzar's power and great wealth. All the nations were afraid of him and his mighty army. One day Nebuchadnezzar gave himself credit for all his power and wealth. God was not pleased with Nebuchadnezzar's pride. God took away the king's power and made him think he was an animal. For years the king lived outdoors and ate grass like an ox until finally he gave credit to God for his wealth and power. He had learned that the Most High God gives kingdoms to whomever he wishes, but he can also take them away. Belshazzar knew what had happened to Nebuchadnezzar, but it didn't keep Belshazzar from thinking he was something special. He gave praise to gods who are not real. He should have humbled himself and given praise to God, the one who had the power over his life, even his ability to breathe. Daniel read the words on the wall and gave their meanings. The word mene means God has determined your kingdom's end. The word tekel means you have been weighed in the balances and have been found wanting. The word Peres means your kingdom has already been divided between the Medes and the Persians. This was not good news. Belshazzar's worst fears were about to come true. Even so, his servants put a purple robe on Daniel and a gold chain around his neck. Belshazzar appointed Daniel as the 3rd highest ruler in the kingdom. That very same night, Belshazzar was killed by the Medes and the Persians, who had surrounded Babylon while Belshazzar partied. They marched into the city and took over the Babylonian kingdom. A Mede named Darius became the new king. King Darius liked Daniel and made him one of the top rulers in his new kingdom. The account of the handwriting on the wall teaches us that God has power over all rulers on earth. It also teaches us to humble ourselves before God and to praise Him rather than ourselves. God alone is worthy of our praise. His power is limitless, and all His ways are perfect.
Not forgetting our microphone. That's good. Oh, microphone's still working. That's amazing. Well, hello, and we should say Happy Christmas, shouldn't we, really? Yes, we have got a Christmas tree. Have you noticed?
Has anybody else started putting up Christmas decoration or lights? We've got lights outside, haven't we?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Lights inside. I think lots of people are going to be doing their Christmas trees early.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And it's quite nice. It's quite nice to have a bit of a nice festive background to what we're doing. Now,
What's Charlie been up to lately?
Charlie's been up to a few things, but can I just show them this?
Oh.
Oh.
That one. Got two versions.
Two versions. Actually, I'll show them that one on the other camera, because see if I can cut to it.
Yes, finally we have got our Toast Club badge. Our Toast in Lockdown, very special limited edition. So all you guys out there who've been watching us during Toast Club, during the lockdown, you're going to be able to get one of our special Toast in Lockdown limited edition badges.
Look, if I do this and then I do that, look, we can see the badge and I can still speak to you. Look, because we're
That's
up
very
at the top.
clever.
Isn't that clever?
That's very clever.
That's
dear.
very clever. That's very clever. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll cut back to us. Right. Get to know this a
Okay.
bit more.
Right,
Okay.
we need to know who else is out there as well, because something went wrong at the beginning, didn't it? So if you're out there, other than the Coles, do just chat and say hi.
Yeah, other than the Coles. Yeah.
Well, we
yeah.
know the Coles are there. Brilliant.
That's good,
Good
yeah.
old Coles.
I'm just going to get me live streaming data.
Now.
It's quite funny because on my YouTube channel that I'm checking to see how quick we're going out. Where are we? We're 2/3 the way through the story at the moment. That's how slow all the connections backwards and forwards is going. But we know we're coming to you far quicker because now Sue's computer is up and running, which is really good. Right.
Yeah. I want to know, had anyone heard that story before? Because here's my big Bible that I used to, it's the same Bible I had when I was a little girl. I used to love the pictures, and
Look at
again,
that.
if it was a good picture, and I really like this picture, I mean, fancy that. Magic hand on wall, writing, what's not to like? Ooh. But Alistair, talking about walls and writing, I believe Charlie,
Yeah.
well, he was looking a bit,
I've got to go into Charlie's corner.
oh, you've got to go to Charlie's
We're
one.
giving something a try here.
Well, I saw him a little while ago and he wasn't looking too happy. I think I don't know what he'd been up to, but something was wrong.
Yes, it was a little bit wrong, and I'm going to have a little chat with him
Oh,
in the corner here. So,
okay.
Coming up, Charlie.
Well, shall I let you?
Come up, Charlie. There we go.
Oh,
There we go. I'm just gonna cradle him like this because he's going. Shall we cut to a different camera?
oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, let's see if we can cut to. Here we are. Here's the Charlie cam, which was facing the correct way. Right now, Charlie, you listening? Okay. Right now, last week, 2 weeks ago, you were decorating your floor, weren't you, with bananas? Yes, and your mother wasn't too pleased, but you did tidy everything up, didn't you? Yes. And what have you been doing? What have you been doing this week? You going to tell me? Oh, you've been decorating the walls. You're on that camera there. Yeah, Charlie. You've been decorating the walls? Don't tell me. What with? Bananas? Decorate the walls with bananas. Okay, and why have you been decorating the walls with bananas? Sue knows. So, have you been speaking to Sue? What? Why? Why has he been decorating the walls with bananas, Sue?
Well, because he just likes bananas, doesn't he? I mean,
You have given her no reasonable explanation
No.
why the banana. You haven't thrown the bananas against the wall because you were feeling a bit angry. Because I heard little Mix were throwing fruit against walls because they letting off steam. Who's little Mix? Don't you know? No. Oh, well, never mind. There's a reference there for you. Okay. So Charlie, I know you're very creative, but what did your mother say about you throwing bananas against the wall? You don't want to say. Well, I'm not surprised you don't want to say. Yes. Have you cleared it up? I don't believe it. Do you know what? Your mother had a word with me about the bananas on the wall. She said she'd heard you throwing things around, and she could hear this. But little did she realise the writing was on the wall. What do I mean about writing on the wall? Well, it's a thing we say. I'll explain later. I think I better put Charlie away. I haven't said anything about the ceiling yet. Oh, no. Charlie, come here. Just pop yourself down here. Yeah, that's right. Back into your basket. Back into your basket.
oh dear.
The ceiling? Oh, no.
Oh, I don't know.
We can't go there, can we? Sue, you've got a song, haven't you?
Oh, a challenge song.
You got a challenge song, yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought we'd do a bit of jumping around now and practice, and then we might have another go at it later.
Right.
It's a very old, silly song called Father Abraham, but
Okay.
it's got lots of silly actions.
Okay, right.
So I need to get my guitar, and you might need a bit of space for this. You will need space because you have to do right arm, left leg, left leg,
Well, now
turn
she
around,
says.
sit down. and
We
all
haven't
that.
sorted this out. Where's your guitar? Oh, there's your guitar.
There we are.
Okay,
So,
right.
but you've got to do the actions, Mr. Mitchell.
I've got to do the actions. All right, okay. I'll try.
Right, I can't even get there to see, can I?
No, well, you're on the camera, so that's
Am
fine. Yeah, just.
Okay, it goes. Father Abraham has many sons.
What do we do at this bit?
Nothing at the moment. But then when I say right arm, you have to move your right arm. And then when I say left arm, you have to move your left arm. And then I say right leg, you have to move your right leg, left
Okay,
leg.
all right, okay, got it.
And,
got it.
and on all that.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's do
Right.
it. I can do this.
Father Abraham has many sons. Many sons has Father Abraham. I'm one of them, so let's all praise him. Right arm, Father Abraham. Many sons. Many sons has Father Abraham. I'm one of them, so let's all praise him. Right arm, left arm, Father Abraham.
Oh, I can see where this is going. I can't stand up and do that. I've got my leg up. This is mad. Oh, no. Too old. The room's going round and round.
hard, but you get the idea. So that's the challenge. You can have a practice, and we'll try and do that when we're on Zoom
I
as
can see
well.
myself on the delay there. How I ever managed to do that in this tiny room, I do not know.
No.
Phew. Right. Well, have you ever heard that expression, writing on the wall? Have you ever heard that, Sue?
Well, I have, yes.
Oh, right. Okay. What does it mean then?
Well, it kind of means like it's obvious that something is going to happen.
Yeah. Right.
Kind of like with Charlie, you know, that he was going to get told off. So, like, if you're doing something, for example, if you're like playing on a railway line, it's likely that you might get run over by a train. I mean, that's silly because we don't do things
Playing
like that.
on a railway line?
Yeah.
God, dear.
And or maybe if you're like meant to be studying for exams and you don't do any work at all, you could say the writing's on the wall. You're not going to do.
Oh,
well
yeah,
in
you're not
that
going to
exam.
pass the exam, are you?
No. So
no,
it's a bit
okay.
like that.
All right,
so
okay.
it means that something is going to happen. It's been kind of established. It's the writing's on the wall. So that's kind of what it means.
Oh, right, okay, right. And where does this little phrase come from?
Well, it comes from this story in the Bible.
Does it?
Lots of our phrases come from that. Yes, so
From the Bible? Yeah.
in this situation,
Yeah.
the king was not being a very good king at all. He was just partying the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And not only that, he'd used some of the
Oh, hang on.
temple treasures.
Are you doing a recap?
Kind of.
Oh, because I can go to that there.
Oh, right.
There we are.
That's the Hanging Gardens of Babylon,
That's
is it?
yeah,
And
that's right. That was the
that's
setting.
Babylon.
So
Okay.
and that was all the Medes and Persians, wasn't it?
Oh,
Outside.
yeah. Well, I don't think they knew they were outside.
No,
oh,
no.
there he is.
There
That's
he is.
King Belshazzar.
Yep. Okay.
And
Yep.
there he
it
is, and they'd raided all the jewels that they'd taken from the king's. Well, from what they'd raided
The
from
temple, wasn't
Jerusalem,
it? Yeah,
the temple in
yeah.
Jerusalem, and they were special things used in the worship. And they'd taken them, and they were just like, "Well, let's have a party. Let's have this." I think he's kind of lost it, really.
Oh right. Yeah.
Have you got any
okay.
other nice pictures?
Yes, I have. Hang on. Yep. Okay.
Other nice pictures have you got?
So he called for all the
Oh right, yeah.
goblets and everything,
So
didn't he?
that's right. He started using them, and then they got a bit wild in their parties.
This was from the temple,
I
wasn't
know
it? So
they
that-
shouldn't have really been touching.
they shouldn't have
it
been
at all.
touching that at all.
But then they started eating and drinking and partying, and then they started worshipping. Oh, let's worship iron and stone and gold and silver, and I mean, they just lost it really.
Oh right.
But then-
yeah.
Having done that,
Yeah.
suddenly
Ooh.
there's a hand
Look,
on the wall.
hang on. There's a suddenly picture.
Yes.
Look, the goblet is being dropped from his hands there. So
And just
what's...
a finger and a bit of a hand
wonder what he's
appears on
looking
the
at.
wall and starts writing.
Whoa,
How about that,
there
then? That's
we
worse than
go,
Charlie and
there
Bananas,
we
isn't
go,
it?
Yeah. And what does it write?
It writes, well, we're not quite sure what it exactly says because in my Bible it says meeny, tekel parsin,
Yeah.
which is a bit funny. So I don't know whether that's the translation of it.
I think the translation, that's the Hebrew going up there, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but we don't know what language it was written because nobody could interpret. Not all the magicians.
Oh, I see.
Anybody couldn't do it.
Look, they all look
Except-
a bit upset there,
They're all
don't
a
they?
bit. Well, I think you'd be if your giant thing came down.
Yes, yeah.
So,
I think it would be. Yep.
Eventually,
Yeah.
the Queen heard all the commotion downstairs, and she went and got
The Queen. Look,
Queen.
is that the
Says-
Queen? Is
Yeah,
she
she's-
having an idea?
She's saying, "I have an idea."
Yeah.
She says, "I'll tell you what.
What?
There is a man that can interpret. It's a man that the spirit of the true God lives in."
Lovely. Okay. Yep. So she goes and gets, guess who?
So
Daniel.
she goes and gets Daniel, and
Now,
the king-
now in this version, Daniel is looking his age. In the black and white version that we had earlier, he was looking a little bit too young still.
no,
He
because
hadn't
King
aged at
Nebuchadnezzar's
all.
been and gone, and these are all his
Oh,
sons.
this is
I think.
5 kings later.
Yeah, and
Going
Belshazzar's
through all
one
his
of his
songs.
sons.
Sons even. Yeah. Okay.
And then he says, "Oh, I'll give you all this. I will give you a purple robe, and I'll give you a chain, gold chain around your neck.
Yeah.
And
but Daniel
up to
didn't
a
want that.
third of the kingdom." Daniel said,
No, Daniel didn't
Don't
want
need that, don't
No,
need that.
No.
So Daniel tells him, and he says what the meany bit.
Yeah.
It says, now where's my little note?
One of them is being weighed, isn't it?
Yes,
Weighed and found
meany
wanting.
meany is God has numbered the days of your reign and brought it to an end.
Ooh.
And then tekel, you have been weighed in the scales and found wanting. In other words, he's been judged and
Oh,
he's
dear.
not up to it.
Oh.
And Perez, or Parsin,
Yeah.
apparently Perez is the singular,
Yeah.
Your kingdom must be divided and given to the Medes and Persians, that's their enemies,
And lo and behold, at that same moment,
just as they were.
the balls were being breached. Now, you might think that's a bit stupid to leave a gate open at night to let all your enemies in, but that wasn't a gateway. That was a place where the river flowed in.
And they diverted the course
And
of the
you
river.
couldn't get in there for being drowned.
I think Balthazar's lot were having so many parties, they'd lost the
They
plot,
hadn't
really.
noticed that the enemy had diverted all the river. Look, so they got right in. Look at that. Ooh, I wonder if anybody warned the king. Oh yeah, there's somebody there saying, "Oh king,
Okay,
look
well,
out!"
Too late.
If I was the king, I'd run for it. Oh, there he is. He's running for it.
But I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to get very far.
I don't think he's get very far
No,
because they know if they get the king, then they basically win over the
I
kingdom.
think that was the end, wasn't it? Of
It's the end. I don't know. They seem to be surrounding him here. Let's see what the next picture is. Oh, I don't know if I can press the button. Oh, thank goodness for that. It didn't go on to the next one. Well, that was the end of him.
yeah.
Yeah, he
So
didn't
you
live
could
long
say-
after that last picture.
So that expression, the writings on the wall, actually comes from that story because he was weighed, in the balance and
Oh, right.
found wanting,
Yeah.
and he was judged basically for
He
not
was
being a
judged
good
on the
king.
spot.
And we already know that God can raise up kings and put down
Well, it's
kings.
interesting. I mean, he wasn't just judged on the spot. God had allowed things to happen. So even as that finger was writing things on the wall, even though they were praising the gods of silver, the gods of gold, or whatever they were doing, the end was coming. The end was coming. They thought they got it all sorted out, but they hadn't really. And God knew what was happening. And so he left a little message on the wall. Well, you've been weighed and found wanting. This is it, chum.
So now you know what that expression means.
Okay, have we got a craft? Have we got a craft?
We've got a very exciting craft. I hope you've been able to download your craft. Because there it is.
Okay.
But even if you haven't,
That is supposedly on the website, the-toast-club.uk, the-toast-club.uk.
but even if you haven't, you can still do this because what you need is a white wax crayon or a white candle, as I have here,
Okay.
and a piece of paper. Now we've
you
actually
go.
had the piece of paper, and I've already written it on here, so I can't
Here we
do
go.
it
Look,
again.
we've got a live cam here.
Right, I'm going to do it on just a blank piece of paper. What you have to write is Mene, which is M-E-N-E,
Well,
Then-
they've got that because it's at the bottom.
then
Of
Tekel,
the-
T-E-K-E-L, very strange. I wonder what language this is
Yeah,
in.
and passing.
And then Parsin, P-A-R-S-I-N. And those are the three words.
Not a
that
P,
hang.
otherwise that'd be parsnip.
Right. So
Or
therefore,
something.
once you have written that on your bit of paper,
Oh, look, you
have
can't
to
can't
get-
see that, can you?
you have to get a
The
pencil
wall is empty, but then
or a crayon.
whoa!
If you draw over
Look at that.
what you've written,
That's clever,
you
isn't
will
it?
see magic writing appearing. So that's what you've got to do, and then you can colour in the rest of the picture as well. But that is
Wow.
the writing on
Well, I'll
the wall.
I'll check to see if we can get that back on the website. Go on then, do the last one because that looks great. Love that. Look at that.
It's like magic writing.
Yeah,
So if you want to play games and things like that, you can write secret messages
brilliant.
to your friend and maybe give them a blank piece of paper because nobody knows, and then they can go like this as
Ooh,
long
yes.
as you've written it with a
Secret
candle
writing, yeah.
or a white crayon.
That's fun, isn't it?
So I've got a candle.
You got a candle, yes, because we couldn't find a white
No, we
wax
couldn't
crayon.
find a white
No,
wax
so a
crayon.
white candle will do it in any case.
And you can, if you manage to get that, you can colour in the picture as well.
Now, we apparently we've got Thames Water next. Why have I picked this up? Picked the wrong thing up, haven't I? Okay. So, it's going to be toast time now. Have you got anything else to say, my darling, before we
Well,
go
I think
to
we'll
toast
show
time?
them these later. But I found my Bible cards, and we're putting together little packages, little Christmas packages, which will have your special Toast online badge. And we're going to have a few of these guys as well. We've got Balthazar, we've got Nebuchadnezzar.
There we are. Yep.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Wow. Looks a bit big.
So we're going
Okay.
to put This is a little package we're going to do, but it is toast
It's
time.
toast-
Now.
it's
We're
toast
running a
time
bit
now.
behind time because we had a bit of technical problem. Surprise, surprise.
We're always having technical problems, but the sound has only bounced out once, so it's much better this time.
That's good
Quite happy
news.
about that, and I think it's all settled down, so that's good. So we're going to love you and leave you.
We will be back on at 1:45, but we probably won't start until about 5 minutes later.
No, that's right. So
Give you a chance to have your toast.
Yep. So there's session
And
2
us.
up and running there, and we put Charlie in as a lovely picture now, because he said, "Why is Dorothy there?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, Charlie. You want to be there, do you?" "Yes, please," he said, "or a banana." So I thought I didn't want to put a banana there because he's putting bananas everywhere at the moment, and I must go and check his ceiling. Yes, I'll go and check his ceiling. Sue, put on the coffee or put on the tea.
Yep.
Okay.
On the toast.
Yep, and we'll see you on the Zoom very shortly.